Sadhgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai, and welcome to Jagadambe Reads the Holy Books of India, Bhaktavijaya30. As you may remember, King Akbar just about kidnapped Tulsidas. He worshipped him with the 16 materials for worship. The king said to Tulsidas, "I've heard of your wonderful power, and that you got yourself made into a god. You made the stone bull eat food. In the giving of a blessing, you brought a corpse to life. Your deeds seem impossible to me. I do not understand your power." Tulsidas said to him, "It is all the doing of Sri Ram. I am but a helpless person who has placed his heart at the feet of Ram." Hearing this, the king said to him, "Cause me to meet Ram. If you do not do so, I shall surely not allow you to go from here." Thus speaking, the king went into his palace. He said, "If he will show me a manifestation of Ram, then only will I regard Tulsidas as a noble Vaishnava." While Tulsidas sat on the throne, the servant said to him, "You are not to be allowed to go from here. Without losing a moment, give the king a sight of Sri Ram. If you do not grant this, he certainly will not allow you to leave here." Maruti's vengeance. Hearing them say this, he began to praise Maruti. And Maruti at once came and met Tulsidas. Tulsidas said, "I am in extreme distress, and therefore I have thought of you. And now, remove this distress and increase the glory of the names of God." Maruti then performed a wonderful miracle. He called together his army of monkeys, and many mighty heroes started from heaven. Just as during the rainy season clouds appear in the sky, or as when the rain falls on the earth, the grass begins to sprout, or as during the time of famine, a cloud of locusts appears in the sky. So suddenly this army of monkeys, 10,000 in number, appeared. The monkeys bowed to Maruti and said to him, "Please tell us what your command is." Maruti replied to them, "I have called you together in order that you may show to the king some of your natural characteristics." As soon as they received this command, the monkeys became full of action. They climbed upon the roofs and began to destroy the tiles. They pulled up great trees by the roots and threw them at men. There was a great alarm felt in Delhi and a great outcry. They broke the noses of some and cut off their ears. They twisted off the necks of some. They grabbed some by the legs and started upwards, as women were going to the river Yamuna with water jars on their heads. They snatched their clothes from them and threw them in the river. As fathers-in-law and mothers-in-law were passing out of the alleys, the monkeys seized them and, fastening their beards and braids of hair together, they ran away. Those who did not worship Sri Ram or persecuted the Bhaktas of Vishnu, the monkeys lifted them up and threw them into the stinking drains. The evil-minded merchants never gave food to anyone. The monkeys broke open their storerooms and carried away their contents. There was a great outcry in the city. Then they entered into the palace of the king and cut off noses and ears. This also made a great outcry. The 500 wives of the king were all seated in the company of his concubines. The monkeys came and threw dirty water on them. They suddenly seized all evil men who were thieves, adulterers, and crooked in their lives. They lifted them up and took them from the palace and threw them down from above. Sadhgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai. Thank you for coming. I hope you come again.